Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a TI2 Grand Finals rematch. It's Na'Vi versus IG. Winner of this match moves on to play Empire in the lower bracket round number 3, and the winner of that will be in the top 3. So these two teams fighting to move out from that top 5-6 placing to a top 4. Of course, I'm LD of Beyond the Summit. I'm joined here today by Merlini. Ben, who's your money on? Na'Vi?
This
IG?
is one of the tougher ones to decide. A lot of them were 50-50 odds on Dota 2 Lounge, like, let's say, Alliance Empire as well as Alliance EG, and those were, I think, easier to predict than this one. IG won. I didn't actually watch a tiebreaker yesterday. That was my nap during the very long stretch. But from the game that I saw, Na'Vi versus IG, Na'Vi kind of outdrafted IG in game number 1. Banning Bat was a mistake when they were first pick.
The game where Na'Vi and IG played in the tiebreaker, YYF got Bat, and YYF, every time he lasso up, they just got a kill. YYF has had some weaker performances on other heroes, but his Bat has been extremely solid this event.
I don't think they should give him Nature's Prophet. Just Nature's Prophet is... I haven't seen them do anything with Nature's Prophet in the majority of the games that they picked him on. Bat is such a higher impact hero.
Maybe it fits better in the way the Chinese teams are playing, like at least some of them, but it's not working against the Western teams. So yeah, I agree. He needs to play something that has more pace, has more tempo. Centaur, maybe Clockwork.
Odds are 66-34 Na'Vi. That's, I think, a little bit generous for Na'Vi. I think this game should be a little bit closer.
I think a lot of it comes down to the draft. I mean, we say that all the time.
Draft is really important.
But I could see it being like a 70-30 if they draft poorly. And I like this a lot from IG. They secure a strong offlaner that can control the pace in the Centaur, take a page out of IG or DK's book, and if they want, they can go Invoker here as well. They could just run the DK strat, basically.
Yeah, Naga has been banned out. Ooh, the bottom second pick. That's a little unusual to see her picked up in the first base.
It feels a little early.
Yeah, I like Invoker myself. I think Invoker Centaur is a great opener.
Oh, what is this? Everybody's going full EG mode now.
Yes, indeed. As IG, though, banning out Bat when you're not first pick is the right idea. And they couldn't run Nagas as effectively as Dendies. So I think banning out Naga, Bat, good bans coming out from IG. Na'Vi, I think that Ferrari's Ember is a little bit stronger. Actually, it's a lot stronger than anyone who plays it on Na'Vi. It's a little bit better than Funix and a little bit better than Dendies. So I don't really see a problem with that ban. Lycanthrope, he's just... Unless you're DK, you should just ban him out, I think.
Yeah, that is worth mentioning, though, is Na'Vi had first pick, and they did ban Ember. So a lot of teams would have left that in the pool and taken it themselves. I'm also a little surprised everyone passed on Invoker this game.
Yes.
IG have a great Invoker player in 430. I think it's one of his higher impact mids. That and Ember, to me, are his two best heroes right now. His Storm can be very strong if he gets the right kind of team composition. We saw he had to play safe lane Storm the other day, and they were running the solo mid Naga. And for
his Puck's pretty strong, too.
Something like that, Puck Centaur has been a pretty popular combo. Maybe they go for that again. Didn't work out for Alliance last game, but
AA's also been completely ignored.
I feel like AA is more of a... I don't think he's like a mandatory top.
Yeah, I don't. Just a lot of teams have been prioritizing him in that first phase, and especially against a Dazzle and a Tree, the anti-heal is pretty nice.
That's true. Ancient Personal against multiple heals is pretty strong.
But I'm very, very surprised that Invoker was not taken up. I mean, DK has just straight up first pick Centaur and Invoker every single chance that they've had, and it's just been run to huge success. I don't see why wouldn't you copy it?
Both of these teams have great Invoker players. 430 is great, Dendi's great.
I mean, Na'Vi's, I wouldn't say they're like copying what EG does, but they're taking a page out of their book with Dazzle and Treant Protector, so they're taking a page from one of the most successful teams. Why not IG going with
if they want to go, well, they will ban Invoker, so I think that's a good ban by Na'Vi. No, Dragon Knight's the pick. Opting to bypass the Puck, which is out there, but...
Dragon Knight's... It might be somewhat of a deny pick, too.
Yeah.
This is the game that we saw EG run over IG with, so maybe IG are like, well, I don't want the exact same thing to happen to us, so we'll get a deny pick. I mean, they could easily just ban it out, too.
So if Na'Vi are going down the EG road, Darkseer might be on the agenda. If not yet, then maybe in the next pick. Dragon Knight Illusions are pretty good most games.
Well, I mean, IG are clearly scared of what EG has run before because it's the OD ban as well as the Shadow Fiend ban. So that's not too many other teams run that in tandem with Dazzle and Treant successfully.
What is Dendi even going to play at this point? I mean, there's TA out there, but Dragon Knight actually deals with it fairly well. So
yeah, I would say TA is
what else does
mediocre.
What else would Dendi run? They'll go Luna now. This looks to be the host hero.
There's still Storm Spirit. He's not like amazingly good.
Storm
with
just doesn't
Dragon Knight.
synergize with this lineup though. There's no one else to gank
It
with
really
him.
doesn't. But it is a Dendi hero. Puck is okay, but he does not match up very well versus DK. He's also not a really good target for Treant Protector too. I'm trying to think of
And
else.
they can't help Dendi win his lane. They can help prevent him from losing it with the heals, but they can't like go in and kill with these heroes that easily. So Dragon Knight might just be annoyed and maybe Dendi gets a little more aggressive, but should be okay otherwise.
Well, Enchantress will be picked up for IG, so we're missing what another support for IG, unless they want to run Mirana support, which is highly unlikely. And Na'Vi, they have a solo mid as well as Funix hero. So what is Funix going to play? It's not going to be the bat. It could potentially be a Puck.
Return of the Funnic Clinks.
The Funix Clinks would be pretty damn nice here.
You think it would work?
I think it'd work.
Timbersaw.
Timbersaw matches up very well for Centaur and Dragon Knight.
You know what? We saw this maybe it was a month ago or so. There's a team that EG actually did. They ran Tree, Timbersaw, and Ember. And you have no damage from the tree, but you have the lockdown, and then Timber just goes disgustingly hard with all his AoE over the overgrowth.
Timbersaw is a hero that I don't think I've actually seen it yet in Starladder, and he's often ignored, but versus the popularity, with the rising popularity of a lot of the strength heroes like Centaur and Dragon Knight, who can't really do anything against huge amounts of damage from Whirling Death, as well as the pure damage from Chakram and the Timber Chain, he should be picked more.
I agree. The only thing is when you're running like the greedy farmer solo mids, you kind of need a tempo control in the offlane. And a lot of teams are favoring TA, Storm, Invoker who goes Midas, heroes that can offer you some pressure but want more space. So I think if we see more tempo controllers mid, then you can get away with a
So IG, they're scared of the Puck. We'll ban it out. But Dendi's hero is left. I mean, potentially it could be a solo mid Dazzle, but that's highly unlikely too.
What else would Dendi play?
That is the big question. Could be a Pudge.
Dendi Pudge?
That would be sick. Tree and armor.
Yeah.
Matches up okay versus DK.
Would be a very tanky Pudge.
That'd be awesome. I would love to see that.
It's a BO1. Do Na'Vi want to roll the dice on a Pudge?
Hell yeah. IG banned it in TI2 for a reason.
They slayed it before. They've slain them with it before.
And what else would be nice? I mean, I would like to see a Pudge. I don't see why not. Why not a Pudge?
I'm on board. I don't know if Na'Vi are on board. Tinker's out there.
Tinker's all right. They need a tempo controller though, as you said, and there's no one really to like initiate fights.
I think Storm is probably the matches up well against Dragon Knight in the laning stage.
This is kind of the same thing with like rox.kis versus Empire, where rox.kis had this lineup similar to Navi's. They have Dazzle and they have Tree, but no one to really beef up, no one to really control the game. Timbersaw can do stuff, but I don't think he can do it on his own. Luna requires a lot of time to ramp up, and she really needs setup to get a good Eclipse off. So they need someone who can... Doom's okay.
Not that good against Dragon Knight or Centaur.
Like, even a Clockwork mid, I think, would be decent for them. So IG with the VS last pick, wow.
Minus armor, dire side. Good roamer with the Enchantress.
Yeah, generally you only see Avenge picked in tandem with Ancient Apparition or against the Batrider. I'd say like 80% plus of the Vengeful Spirit games I've seen have been with one of those two picks, or AA on their team or Bat on an opposite team. But just as a solo support, it's difficult to roam against their team.
And it will be a Dendi Storm.
Okay, so that's not completely out of the question. But it does not match up well versus DK, but it is something that they need. They need some way to just initiate a team fight, and a Storm Zip-In is a very good way to do so.
Well, with the draft now complete, we see a Tricore for Na'Vi, quite a strong late game lineup, lots of damage upward, decent gank from Dendi mainly, but the supports don't offer much. IG pretty much know Na'Vi are just going to be sitting back and farming, getting the levels up through the laning stage. They're like an awful smoke gank team early on. So
it's all about enchant and avenge, though. Can they make things happen? Can they kill people through Treant Protector, Living Armor, and also what is Luo going to do?
Is Luo going to have an impact? That's
that's a really big point of contention. We saw how hard it is to carry as a Mirana against a Luna yesterday, and Mirana she is sometimes hit or miss, and especially Luo is hit or miss.
Now a big Dragon Knight is actually the harder carry, but will 430 get big? From the mid lane, it often just comes down to the matchup, and Storm is not as easy of a matchup as Puck in the laning stage. So that's where I feel Dendi could somewhat shut him down. Plus he'll have Living Armor, he'll have Dazzle, TP into Grave, and look at this. Kuro starts with a level 1 TP scroll, so they are fully ready for the ganks on mid. and they want to protect their Storm. I love this play from Na'Vi. All right, guys, now it's time. A rematch of the International 2 Grand Finals. There's no Naga. We won't get to play, but we will get ourselves Invictus Gaming versus Na'Vi. IG on the Dire side, Na'Vi on the Radiant. We start with Na'Vi. Havos playing the Luna. Spoke to him during the break. He said he's really just disappointed in his performance so far this event. Wants to step it up. Needs to if they want to advance, and we'll see if he can do it here. Kuroki on the Dazzle. Dendi playing the Storm Spirit. That puts Puppey onto the Tramp Protector. And in the off lane goes Funnick as the Timbersaw. As for IG, a team that's looked great in some points, very weak in others, they've been inconsistent thus far. YYF on your offlane Centaur. Chuan, the Enchantress, used to be known as one of the best junglers in China. Haven't seen it much lately. 430, the Dragon Knight. Faith, the support Venge. Actually one of the loudest players on this team, even though he's small and he looks quiet at first glance. And Luo as the Mirana. So IG, a lot of it just comes down to the dual roam. How many kills do they get?
Interesting that both offlaners have like awards in the exact same mirror place too. So this is important to secure farm for Centaur and for Timbersaw.
Yeah, it is. And Timbersaw is not an easy gank for these guys. So, I mean, maybe they can get the kill with the Mirana arrow, but I feel like with this level 1 TP, it's just going to be, they'll be well prepared for it. And Puppey's already city mid.
They had the ward on top,
yeah.
So they know exactly what Faith is up to.
And even if they don't see the heroes come in, again, they've got the TP Grave, so I think Na'Vi are pretty well prepared for this laning stage from IG, and it might just be in IG's interest just to focus on farming rather than going for ganks.
YYF getting zoned out a little bit by Kuroki. Surprised he hasn't picked up return. This is something that we see very commonly when range supports are trying to harass a Centaur. He doesn't have the highest base damage, 50, but he does have a fantastic attack animation. However, Centaur still getting absolutely zero experience. Worried about Puppey in the mid lane. They did ping him out though, so maybe this will be the opportunity for YYF to get some experience.
Yeah, he still hasn't taken a point of return. It's very odd. Yeah, Tree is not a big gank threat.
I mean, we saw PPD zone out people with it, but as far as a gank threat goes, he has a ward. He can't see him coming.
Yeah, and what's Tree going to smoke gank you at level 1? Nature's Guys right-click you at level 1?
Well, so. Timbersaw's kind of in the same boat. He just really can't do anything.
Look at this. They're so ready. Actually, this time, yeah, it's just Funnick trying to protect his own lane. Spot the smoke gang coming in, but Denny might get caught anyway. The trap's here. 430 stops it at creep. He doesn't have Dragon Tail yet. They need this clap to connect. Oh, they've already used it. They don't have the damage for this, I don't think. No, there's your Dragon Tail. Just now hits level 3. They're going to try and retreat 430 out. Go for this last hit. Will the Troll get it? Uphill. Secures first blood for IG. That's a big kill.
Oh, you talked about Chuan being one of the best junglers, and that was just so necessary. He just dodged the Timbersaw too. Timbersaw was right here looking to reveal the smoke and didn't actually get to do so. Maybe if he were down here, he would have, but the path that Chuan took, just such appropriate timing, securing the rune for Ferrari.
The craziest part is Na'Vi were ready. They had a TP on Dazzle, he already had Grave, and they had Living Armor, and Puppey even parked himself mid at level 1 just to make sure the Invis Venge didn't get the kill.
Yes.
But Enchantress, if she gets the right creeps, which she certainly did in the Dark Troll Warlord and the clap, there's like the perfect combination. Maximum damage output, and they get the kill.
That's the thing, yeah. Na'Vi, they know what to expect from IG, and they still gave up first blood, and that just proves to you how scary of a team IG is.
Yeah, and it also just shows the importance of creep luck. Like if he gets a wildkin there or something, that's not going to happen. So yeah, sometimes Dota is a game of rolling the dice, but they still had to execute it well. And with that being said, do they have any more smokes up? Nothing on Chuan as of yet. In terms of the mid lane, Denny is still crushing this matchup, 16-2 despite the death, and actually still leading in net worth. So 430 desperately needed that, but Denny, if he's not ganked repeatedly, will still outfarm him. It's not too bad for Na'Vi.
Yeah, it's not that bad, but still, that's a lot of gold. Well, actually, Na'Vi's still ahead in experience and in gold. How is Timbersaw doing the offlane? Level 2 on him. YYF almost level 3, so YYF edging him out just a tiny bit. However, Timbersaw does have a couple of creep kills to his name. Has Faith been stacking any camps? Looks like he just failed the creep pull there.
Man, Mirana is just awful at harassing a Timbersaw. Her damage is just atrocious.
She really is.
Mid lane, Dragon Knight's going to throw out a stun on Dendy and brings him down pretty low. I want to point out, Dendi, we see Resolution prefers the Overload, like 3 or 4 points in Overload first, and only takes 1 in Static Remnant and 1 in Vortex early, and he does it in pretty much any matchup, but Dendi is going for 3 points in Vortex.
His team needs lockdown really badly.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Timbersaw doesn't have any, Luna doesn't have much, so it's an interesting adjustment. It just shows you the flexibility of Storm in the laning stage.
Puppey will take that 4-minute rune on top, just trying to let this mid lane go a little bit more in Dendi's way. There is, however, the Wildkin threat in mid as well as top. They're trying to zone out Funnick.
Yeah, the Wildkin mid just dissipated, it looks like, but yeah, it's top. And Faith tanking. Oh, no, he'll juggle the aggro off here. Now Chuan comes in with the Centaur creep, and the push begins in earnest. Tree can't do much to stop this aside from living armor, but not going to help you at this stage of the game against a pretty concerted effort. And Funnick, only level 2. Not much they can do, and IG looks like they'll get the first tower at this rate.
Yeah, Chuan has just been playing amazingly, though. Securing first blood in mid, getting that Wildkin harass in mid, getting... Oh, Funnick caught out.
Oh, he gets caught out by the stun. Is there an arrow follow-up? Nothing doing. But that's just enough to secure the tower. So an early tower, maybe Luo looks to rush a Midas off of this. I feel like, given the amount of farm Havosta's getting, you almost have to go Midas.
Yeah, what is Havosta going to go for? Is he going to go for a Midas too?
I don't know. Havosta's just very hard to read. Sometimes he'll just... He's actually been going quite a bit of just more mid-game oriented builds, but he's been given free farm, and they are running the Storm Luna, so maybe that's the way to go. Mid lane, 430 gets pulled in, but Puppey can't get in range for a Leech Seed here, and he will back off. I feel we could see 2 Midases, honestly. 1 for each team. No, he'll go early Helm of Iron Will. So, still fairly greedy, but just more of an economical build.
Yep, Ferrari pops his ultimate in mid, looking to put pressure on this tower already. He can't living armor both Dendi and the tower at the same time.
Yeah, he'll just start chipping away at Dendi, and the living armor charges just stop dropping. Actually, you know what? This dragon is ridiculous against living armor.
He is really good.
1 auto attack removes all the charges over the course of a few seconds. I didn't realize that.
The thing does a lot of damage, too.
Yeah, and it's going to be good against the towers as well. So they'll keep on pushing forward, looking for a tier 1 mid. I feel this is way too early for Na'Vi to give up a tier 1 here, but who's going to defend it? Your level 4 Dazzle? That's going to be tough. Na'Vi just don't seem to have the counter push. They're not really prepared for this. They don't have a glyph either. The last hit's going to go IG's way, and then they'll back off. Dendi zipping in. He is level 6, looking for a kill on Faith. They'll get 1. They do get 1. Nicely done by Na'Vi.
That's definitely worth it for IG, though. Taking down 2 towers this early against a Treant Protector. We saw how effective Treant Protector was throughout this whole entire tournament, and if you can't break those T1s, you're likely not going to get them for the rest of the game if your own team takes down a couple of T1s, and that's a really big problem when you don't have access to that 2, 3, 4,000 gold, and IG already pocketed that money, 1,500 gold.
Is Dragonite the answer to Treant Protector?
It's decent. It's
slightly seeming that way. Maybe it doesn't help you completely in the laning stage, but they're getting these towers up quite early. Treads come out for your Dragonite, and we haven't talked much about YYF. How's he doing in the off lane? Has his level 4, compare that to Funnick, level 5, so he's been shut down a bit more.
He has 0 CS.
He's getting his levels, I suppose.
Yeah, but Funnick's doing a lot better, but that's mostly because his tower's been taken down. That
is the trade-off. Will IG use this tower gold effectively?
Are they going to smoke? They're in smoke position right now. Chuan and Faith.
Nope, yeah, haven't used it yet.
Maybe they can take out Roche pretty soon. There is a ward out in mid, and they will see the ward too, if they can actually ever get vision of it.
Have not spotted yet on the high ground, and Denny just keeps on pushing the lane in, so for now they're not going to get the vision.
They'll spot it at 8 minutes once it's daytime, though.
Well, smoke's going to come, and they'll make their move towards the enemy woods. They've got a haste run up on 430. This is a very
There's
strong
a smoke.
timing.
I don't know if they actually saw the smoke, though.
I think they were more like in the trees.
Well, they're trying to gank. I don't know who it is.
Puppey backing off. Observer ward gets deployed. They haste up on 430. Do they really want to drive the tree? No, they revealed it. I don't think they should have gone for that. Even if you kill the tree.
It's the classic smoke gank into taking a tower.
That's true.
But no one wants to. No one's there.
Miranda will pick up her drum, so no Midas from Luo, but he's already got Treads drums.
Oh, Dendi is invis up. He's looking for a kill. Chuan in no man's land.
Oh, hunting. Chuan does have a... Oh, is the heal cooling down? That's his enchant. So he still has the heal. Earn is up. He's still a very squishy hero, though. Has to be careful. The Dragon Knight pops the ultimate, and Dendi comes around from the side, but they're ready with the sentry. They see Dendi. He walks right into the double edge. Can he zip out in time? There's a grave ready. They're going to turn it around. 5 heroes come on him. It's an ambush. It's a trap. 430 will fall, and Na'Vi get the first blood of this engagement. Arrow connects on a Bose, does not have his ultimate. 3 heroes stopped by YYF. Unbelievable, but is it even enough? Now Dendi's got to retreat out. Lua leaps forward, and these early drums, the early treads, they're doing work. Na'Vi are floundering, 4 dead. They'll barely live.
Wow, that stomp by YYF totally changed that fight around. Looks like it was going Na'Vi's way, then boom. But Na'Vi supports played really well, keeping up Storm Spirit so that he could zip out. He just walked right into the sentry.
IG were ready. They must have...
They have a ward on top, so they saw it.
Yeah, they saw the rune get picked up.
So this is really bad. Na'Vi losing 3 T1 towers before 10 minutes time with a Treant Protector. Havos, yeah, he has HOD, but he took a spill that fight. Hasn't been able to stack any Ancients yet. So IG just snowballing 3,500 gold. And YYF, he doesn't have a Blink Dagger. That's the only piece of good news for Na'Vi.
But they have the map control now. They've taken out a tier 1 mid, a tier 1 bottom. They've got a point in Wave of Terror, a point in the Vengeance Sara, and Enchantress with Untouchable. They can go Roche very, very early.
It was so important that Lua was there for that fight. Had he not been there for that fight, Na'Vi would have crushed them.
Yeah, the Starfall hit 3 or 4 heroes. He got a nice arrow off, and even his right clicks do good work.
And he has drums too. That little bit adds up.
The build works out beautifully. And Havos going early Dominator, but like you said, has not been able to... Well, now gets his first stack off.
Ferrari's actually a little bit poor. He only has 41 CS compared to 53, but he's been getting a lot of runes, having a lot of game impact on this DK. Yeah, he's 0-1-3, but the amount of pressure that he mounts in this whole entire map is actually a little absurd. He takes down Living Armor, as you said, very easily. He's sieging down all the T1s, and that's a really, really big deal. Now Na'Vi, they can't really farm the jungle. Yeah, they can farm the Ancients, but that's already warded up.
And they need their farm. Denny's got to get his Orchid. Havos, having gone Dominator, needs his BKB. And
Ferrari's actually really underleveled.
Needs a lot of farm too.
Ferrari's only level 7. And he's low level 7 too.
Well, he's been grouping with his team quite a bit. How high level is Denny? Denny's he's 1 level ahead. It's a decent margin.
Oh, and the stack will fail too. That's unfortunate. Just a little bit too late.
Denny's going to make his move towards the enemy cliff, then he'll retreat out. Na'Vi got to back off here. I don't think they're ready for these big team fights. Centaur ultimate very strong at this point in the game. And it works really well with the Dragon Knight, if you think about it. Just Stampede, that's like a free Shadow Blade, basically. Guaranteed closing gap, or closing speed, and you get off the Dragon Tail. The fight's kind of simple from there.
They have a medallion up on Faith, too, if they want to take out Roshan. That's a lot of minus armor. We're talking about -9, I believe. And they can easily take it with Enchantress. How much is there Untouchable? She's only level 6 with 1 level Untouchable. Level 2, I think they could probably start taking out Roshan if they win a team fight.
Yeah, the attack slow does scale quite well. So Denny going BKB Rush. He's not going to go Orchid, picks up an Ogre Club. He is up against a lot of stuns.
The DK is strong. Like, if you initiate on anyone but DK, you will just get Dragon-tailed and instantly killed on the spot unless you have amazing reaction from your support. So he kind of has to get one.
Na'Vi have the kind of lineup that can turn a fight, though. You always have to keep in mind, if they get off a good Overgrowth, Stampede is useless. And then on top of that, you've got Timbersaw, who can dish out insane damage with just his levels. Sure, he wants to be farmed heading later on in the game, but he's already got a level 3 shock, or sorry, he's got the level 1 Chakram, he's got a level 3 Whirling Death, and a level 3 Timber Chain, so his burst damage is pretty strong.
Dendi will finally get a regeneration room. Maybe he can get a kill on the back of this.
Yeah, has not delivered the Ogre Club yet. As for Havost, I imagine we're going to see multiple BKBs from this team. Maybe Funnick just gets a Bloodstone, but I expect to see them tank up because they'll need it.
Yeah, they just have so much damage and lockdown on the side of IG. Dragon Tail, Breathe Fire into Venge Stun, into Hoof Stomp and Double Edge. Living Armor or not, one of your heroes is going to die. Kuroki has to be really spot on with these Graves.
Well, it's a BO1, guys. Loser is eliminated. Winner plays Empire in a best of 3. And the winner of that, top 3 finish guaranteed. So a big match for both teams. Na'Vi grouping up in their woods. Just scared. They don't have much map control right now. They've got 2 wards, but having lost those towers so early, IG can just look to starve them out. If Na'Vi keep on just clumping like this, they're just going to get out-farmed.
They need to be able to take out the Dankon stack, but it's still only a 2 stack. What happened to the creeps? Havos, you got a stack?
Did Chuan block it, maybe? with the creep?
I'm not sure. They're taken down a little bit. Maybe Luna was trying to do them earlier. Maybe, I don't know. But he needs that farm.
Moonlight Shadow, but it's been spotted by Na'Vi. And they have a Sentry Ward here. Are they going to ambush this? Storm comes in. Then Puppey arrives, drops the overgrowth. Dendy zipped in and gets instantly dragon-tailed. No, he zips out. He zips out again. He's going to live. Dendy barely surviving, but is out of the fight for now. Faith falling low. Havos gets the first blood of the engagement. Na'Vi, they set the ambush. Now they're going to get caught out by the overgrowth. Puppey, he's also caught here. Takes an arrow to the face. Now tries to retreat. Should fall. YYF brings down another. It's a bloodbath all of a sudden. 2 have fallen on both teams. Courier even at jeopardy. Weasel Crow needs to run. It will retreat.
Dendy smoked up though.
He bought back. Did he buy back for this? No, he's just respawned already. Zips into the fight. He gets stunned again. They can't lose Dendy twice. They've lost him twice.
He didn't die the first time, I don't think.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. He zipped out.
Oh, and they get a kill on Funnick. Oh my goodness. This Dragon Knight is just way too strong though. Yeah, you're going to zip in, but Dendy almost died the first time and died the second time. Ruh-roh. That's really bad for Na'Vi.
Yeah, okay. Did not die twice there, but nearly died once. They even saw it coming too. They had an Observer Ward over here. IG is Moonlight Shadow during daytime.
YYF still got the jump though.
Yeah.
Well, here's the Roshan. Illusion Runes to tank it up. They have a lot of minus armor, but I don't think Na'Vi has any vision. I don't know if they're ready for this.
Yeah, the Rosh attempt comes out. IG quickly dealing with it. And Na'Vi, no Eclipse. No Overgrowth has actually cooled down. I don't think they can contest.
Well, they don't have Eclipse, but they do have a lot of damage. And Storm is not there, though. He's not there to give him vision. Roshan, oh, it's going to die before they even get there.
There's your Aegis going the way of IG. Lua picks it up. He's not too far off of a Lincoln Sphere either.
He's very hit or miss. This game, 3-0-5, tons of farm. And
perfect rotations,
This is like the exact opposite of his Viper game, where he had like almost no game impact. This game, very high impact on this Mirana.
Oh, Blink up to the top side. They've gone for Havos. Arrow's going to come in. That won't connect, but they get the slow. Now the double edge and the double Starfall as well. He's been grave. Havos is quite tanky with this Ogre Club, still alive. Dendy doing some work on the backside. Havos, these heals. Kuroki is a one-man ambulance. They just can't get the kill. Finally, they'll bring him down. Boy, they had to work for that. They also got the Timber Saw. Centaur was the trade. Another Arrows fishing. There's going to be another Dragon Tail soon. 430 going hard for this one. 365 move speed. He's got 10 more, but he will back off. Not Kabila run him down.
Every Dragon Tail, someone dies. And if it's not Dendy, it's going to be another important hero, like Funnick.
And the Living Armor doesn't help them. Every time they lose a fight, they are losing a tower on the back of that.
Living Armor is not enough to keep these heroes alive. It's just way too much lockdown and too much burst. And even so, even if they are kept alive through Grave, it's not like they can come back in.
Funnick's going to TP right into an arrow, but there's a big zip from Dendy. He pulls Faith in from maximum distance. Arrow connects. Funnick's going to fall again. It's a 1-for-1. Another death for the Timber Saw, and the chase is on. The route's on. Na'Vi just underestimating the turn power of IG. If they Dragon Tail Dendy, he'll be toast too. Barely zipping out. IG with all these early to mid-game items. Luo is 1,300 health. 430's got 1,500. They're tanky enough to turn fights around even with a hero disadvantage.
They are playing this so well, though, getting all the right items. They're at the right place at the right time. They're just putting so much pressure on Na'Vi, always threatening Roshan, taking control of the Ancients right now. Look at this. There goes Havos farm. He had the HOD, but he didn't get any value out of it.
Yeah, you get a little bit of utility farming the jungle, just you have full HP all the time, but you want this for the Ancient stacking, and it's not happening.
IG outplaying Na'Vi at this point. Na'Vi, they are down in the dumps. 7,500 gold.
You mentioned Luo is kind of hit or miss. IG's been hit or miss as a team.
This is true.
Well, they're firing on all cylinders right now. BKB coming soon for the Dragon Knight. Out comes the Lincoln Sphere. Great little pickup against the Storm Sphere initiation.
He has treads, Lincolns, and drums in 17 minutes, and that's without a Midas.
This would be Na'Vi's first time not in the finals. And they won't even be close if they lose this. They'll finish top 6.
Moonlight Shadow on bottom lane.
There's a Centaur ultimate. They're going on Havos. Puppey is here. He drops the Overgrowth, but Havos dropping fast to the nukes, and they can just look to pursue him out. They'll have to make him invis. Nature's Guise is cooling down. Havos being completely chased, but Puppey gets off a nice block and buys time for Havos, who will survive.
Nice save there. Havos is still at dire HP. He is getting bottled up.
There's more backup here. In comes YYF, cancels a stomp. Then Funnick's going to turn around. Double edge. All they know, they don't even need it. Just the Dragon Knight. Luo runs in. He'll die, but he's got Aegis. And Na'Vi need to retreat. They have a level 2 Eclipse. Can they find the right angle to engage? He wants to isolate them, but a 2-hero stop for YYF. That's going to be a great connection. Now Havos, no Eclipse. He's been great, but it's not going to matter in the end. One more right click. Should bring him down. The last arrow does it, and Luo is just destroying Na'Vi. 3 heroes dead.
We talked about what hero they needed to pick for Dendi in mid, and we talked about why Storm was a bad choice, and he doesn't match up well versus Dragon Knight, and he's just too darn squishy. They always have to use so many cooldowns on him and Vost, and one of them dies very early on in the fight, and after that person dies, they just completely switch focus to that other target with Dragon Tail cooldown. Dragon Tail, it's a 12-second cooldown right now, but still, it's just...
Going back to their draft strategy, they banned Ember, which they could have first picked, and they also ignored Invoker in the first stage and then banned it. They could have gone for it they could have gone for either of those heroes and guaranteed had them during this draft.
Looks like only EG can make this Dazzle Treant first pick work. They pick heroes that work well with it, like Dragon Knight, for example. Ember Spirit works pretty well with it, but this is just disheartening.
It is.
There, smoke from Na'Vi. I like this play though. If they sit back, keep on playing passively, IG is just going to run them over with their sheer gold advantage. They have to try and take IG by surprise. 12,000 gold lead, and this is the best of one, unfortunately. So Na'Vi, not too many more shots to turn this game around. Well,
Na'Vi got a bit of revenge against IG after TI2 at the Alienware Cup, where they knocked them out in the lower bracket. But, well, are they going to be able to do it here? Are they going to be able to get revenge again? Because I'm sure that TI2 result still leaves a mark. No, not able to yet. Like you said, they're struggling mightily. Backs against the wall.
They know where they are now. But, I mean, if Na'Vi wins this fight, they'll probably lose the game after this. It is so difficult to come back from this.
If IG wins, yeah.
If IG wins this fight, yeah.
Yep. Luo comes in. He's a very difficult target to go on. Puppy's in biz for now. He's going to slow my way up, who immediately gets off the Stampede. That's going to cue the team in. What a swap by Faith. Saves his teammate, but isn't enough. A big eclipse from Avos. BKB's up. He's strong right now. He's hitting hard. He's rolling all sixes, but it's just not enough damage yet. Chuan's killed off one. Now the BKB ends, and Luo's coming back in. It's a trap. Avos, run. Arrow hits him, wall and biz. What a shot. Now Puppy trying to retreat out. 3-0 dead. This could be 4. It will be 4. And
wow,
Na'Vi.
that swap from Faith completely saved that fight for IG. Things were looking very bad. They were trying to catch IG off guard with the BKB on Luna, but not enough damage was done during Eclipse. They were so close to taking down Luo. He had probably less than 100 HP, but if he survives and Centaur survives, everyone's just going to get stunned to death.
By the way, I can hear Faith and Chuan yelling over Valat with headphones on from like 50 feet away. These guys are loud.
Well, Na'Vi close to breathing their last breath here. 14,000 gold lead mounting for IG. Roshan is about to respawn. Last T2 tower for Na'Vi about to go down.
Well, at this rate, we'll have a new Starladder champion. Na'Vi and Alliance, the only 2 teams to ever win a Starladder. At the rate, well, I guess no Tidehunter, but yeah.
These 2 teams have really stepped up their game from yesterday, IG and Empire both. And, I mean, IG looked completely lost versus DK, but this game, they have drafted very well. They have played very well. Ferrari, super high impact on that. Luo getting his game together. Man.
IG are, it's really their game at this point. They've got the map control. They can secure the next Roche quite easily. Na'Vi have very little in terms of like a synergistic comeback mechanic. They don't have a great... When Alliance came back against EG and almost won, they had Silencer and Storm. Great ganking combo. Na'Vi have just one ganker in the Storm. They have a hero that needs a ton of farm in Luna, but needs the Ancient
Dendi
stacks to do it.
about to get cut out on bottom.
They just... Yeah, he'll TP out, but they'll just have to stall this game for ages. And it feels like IG will just get their next core items up. The pipe... potentially Luo gets his MKB or just Mantle style, even some damage item.
Yeah, they're getting started out. Faith has a gem now,
and then they'll go for high ground.
Yeah, well, they could just wait for Roshan. There's no reason for IG to take it this risky. All they need to do is just walk around with the gem, make sure that Na'Vi has no vision up, make sure that they always feel threatened, and they're not farming. None of them are farming right now. Ancient stack still warded up. Actually, that's Navi's ward, but IG will be sure to run around that area.
Yep. Their farming is 5 just to get a single stack of Ancients. The other thing is, for IG, when they go to break the base, they have Dragon Knight. They have the perfect hero to just sit in the front lines, really bulldoze the tower, and force you to react. You can't sit back because that hero just demolishes towers.
Oh, there goes Observer Ward. There goes their access to Ancient Stack. Where can Navi farm? Oh, Havost.
He's forced to BKB now.
This is a disaster.
Even if he gets out.
Well, I thought he might get swapped right there and then just still die with BKB. But luckily for him, he does survive. And now IG compressed without Luna BKB, without Storm BKB. It should be.
They don't have to.
They don't have to. They can easily take out Roshan if they want to. It looks like it's about a minute and 20 seconds till the respawn.
Yeah, and I think they should wait anyway because they're close to big items.
There's no reason for them to take unnecessary risk, and pushing up to T3 would be an unnecessary risk.
We've seen the power of buybacks this tournament. You can be down by 20k gold, and if you have 3-4 buybacks, even if they have 1 Aegis, you just fight them 9v6 and you can come out on top. Luo, maybe he'll get caught top lane though. They'll break the Lincoln Sphere. But they just can't get these kills.
He has 4,000 gold to boot.
Yeah, Desolator is a decent choice here as well.
I'd probably say Manta's really good because you can skip, you can just do a lot of damage while you get rooted.
Yeah.
Well, you can just split out of the root. Yeah, you can go damage item, but you won't have that much uptime. Manta just gives you a lot more uptime. And Navi doesn't really have the AoE to deal with a Manta style. And it'll tank Eclipse. It's a safer build. I don't really think they need damage from Luo. They just need him to be able to survive. I mean, he did build like straight tank though. 1750 HP on Amrana 25 minutes in. That is by far more HP than anyone on Navi, even more HP than a Centaur.
Yeah, even little touches like just getting treads instead of phase boots really makes a difference.
Actually, he has less HP than a Centaur, 3 less HP. But yeah, it's a different build than the phase drums, but it gives you a ton of HP. HP is king often.
Yeah, and Navi have a lot of magic damage.
Okay, they know Roshan's
helps for that.
They know Roshan's up. Chuan has a little treant there, so they can easily take that. But
they're trying to go on bottom with Moonlight Shadow. There's the entire Navi squad here. Most of them have been spotted. They'll still go in. Blink stop, blowing Kuro up immediately. 430 now, hasted in. This Dragon's going hard. Denny will pop BKB. Havost, he'll pop Eclipse, and then IG just retreat. Eclipse will find YYF. Where's the backup? Can Luo get here in time? He's just joined the fight. Now they've swapped in Havost, and Havost is toast. He will get Grave. They'll keep him alive for now. No TP out, and then he's going to fall. One more auto tech does bring him down. Now Dendi out of mana, pretty much out of options. A slow, an imp, and he's also dead. And Navi are just being routed, driven back deep behind their own red lines. Then Kuro gets stunned again. The poor guy just died. He bought back. He dies again.
That was so smart from IG to instantly kill the Dazzle because no one can save Dazzle. Living Armor is definitely not enough at this point in the game.
He even bought back,
yes.
Came in, Grave to Havost. Havost got off Eclipse, still
the
lost
swap
the fight.
was strong. Faith has been playing like an absolute champ. 0, 4, and 14, but the Vengefik, I was like, maybe, but they've been playing so well. I think a lot of it has to do with Chuan, too. Yeah. Chuan kind of set the pace for them. 8, 0, and 12 on the Enchantress. Enchantress is a hero that was probably first pick, first ban at Starladder last season. This season, I don't think I've seen him play it effectively once until now.
Nice little play by Luo using Leap just to give his team the extra attack speed bonus and
here it goes. Roshan and then just push another tower. This is they're dying throws.
It should be automatic.
Yeah, 20,000 gold lead.
It's gonna take quite a throw from IG for DK to get back in this one. It really is. Hate to sound morbid for the Navi fans out there, but Prospect is not good. But IG, they've just looked mechanical in this game. I mean, this is it. It honestly feels. I mean, it's a little bit closer than the match, but it feels like how they did against rox.kis, the first game especially, where every single step of the way they were just one movement ahead. Navi will try and change it now, but with no Eclipse, they're being forced into an awkward position. Havost will BKB. Does he just TP out? They're actually trying to fight. Dendy's going in. Funix caught up on the high ground, and Luo's just slaughtering everyone. He's godlike already. And they keep on going. They've got another blink in 10 seconds. Puppy's on the retreat out. I don't know what else Navi could have done, but taking that fight with no Eclipse even.
Yeah,
was
the
almost
GG
bound
has
to
to be
fail.
coming out soon. If not this, then after the T3 push. But they can't do anything. They can actually kill Havost during BKB. That's how badly this is going for Navi.
And they didn't even go pure damage. Like,
yeah,
Luo just went Manta, which is more of a utility item. And they still right-click him down. Now they've got AC. 430 also has the double damager, and here comes the death push. Na'Vi knew if IG get an Aegis, game's pretty much over. Another leap in, again giving his team the attack speed. A nice touch from Luo. Arrow to fly, not going to connect, but Na'Vi in their final moments here at Starladder Season 9, about to be knocked out by IG. The melee Rax is crumbling. That's 2 lanes down, and IG, who had a very shaky group stage, well, they're looking a bit better now. Double melee Rax exposed.
And they backed off too as soon as everyone respawned. The discipline from IG when they're this far ahead.
Same thing as DK, where they just siege with Luna illusions.
The discipline from the Chinese teams is much greater than some plays that we've seen.
It sounds like a bit of a stereotype, but I mean, it seems to be true just based on their play. Blink in, Stomp connects on 2. What an initiation from YYF, and then they find Dendy as well. Eclipse comes flying out. It's actually a perfect Eclipse, but they're all too tanky. Not enough damage, and now they'll just right-click him down. They imp him into submission. They smack down Puppey too. And Na'Vi, the road ends here. They GG out. IG move on to play Empire.
Well, we have our top 4. DK, EG, Empire, and now IG. So Na'Vi and Alliance, they're, as you said, new Starladder champion coming up.
I am kind of happy to see the 2 teams that performed the best online coming into this event, which is Empire and EG. EG had an 80% win rate, some of it against slightly weaker competition in North America only, and then Empire had like over 70% win rate online, and now they've proven themselves here on LAN, and IG joins them too, one of the stalwart teams from China, so we've now got 2 top Eastern teams, 2 top Western teams, no Na'Vi, no Alliance.
Na'Vi don't even look that sad.
I think they just
IG
kind
looks sadder than Na'Vi. What the heck?
No fun until they win.
Oh, wow. Well, still, I didn't particularly like the draft from Na'Vi. I think they could have made it work. The last pick Storm, but like, if IG were really scared of it, they would just ban it.
I agree. I think they should have secured something strong for mid sooner. They had access to Ember. If they didn't ban it, they had access to Invoker. They ignored both of them. I think the Dragon Knight pick caught them a bit off guard, though.
It definitely did. Maybe they were thinking about picking it for Dendy.
Yeah, I don't think they realized how strong it is against Living Armor either. Because Living Armor was useless that game. That's the first game this tournament where I felt like Living Armor did nothing.
Well, congratulations to IG. They secured themselves around another $7,000, guaranteed at least 3rd or 4th.
Well, with that being said, we won't see this team until tomorrow. The final match for today is the match everyone's been waiting for. DK versus EG. Both teams are undefeated at Starladder Season 9. They've yet to drop a game. EG almost did. DK hasn't even really come close to losing one yet.
Your prediction?
I don't know. I'm honestly not sure.
That's a really tough one. Because we haven't seen EG face really stiff competition until like the past couple of days.
And they've played big name teams, but I feel like some of those teams haven't played their best, but DK is playing their best right now.
That's definitely a match to keep looking out for. So,
well, I don't know how long of a break we have, but that will be the final match of the day, guys. And coming up tomorrow, we begin in the lower bracket. The loser of this match, the loser of DK versus EG, which is a best of 3, drops down. They will play the winner of Empire versus IG. So Empire versus IG, the first match tomorrow. That's a best of 3. Then the winner moves on to play either DK or EG, and then you've got your grand final. So, well, day 3 is almost a wrap, but before it ends, we do have DK versus EG. That best of 3 coming up very soon. You're watching Beyond the Summit's presentation of Starladder Season 9. Thanks for joining us here live at Kiev Cybersport Arena. I'm LD, he's Merlini. For this one, we were also joined by K-Pop Tosis. We'll take a break, we'll come back, we'll be live with DK, EG, best of 3.